You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you.
Okay, open your math books up to page 177. And I want to go through this very fast because I want to spend as much time as I can on the new thing we're going to learn today. Okay, so I'm going to say these things really fast. All right, if I'm going too fast for you, stop the video and back it up and watch it again. Okay, so here you go. You have these. Find the one that is divided into 4 parts. Cuatro partes iguales. Okay. Do those. Okay? On this one, tell me which one of these fruits, these frutas, have symmetry, have simetría. You have 4 of them. Tell me which ones have simetría. Here you have some sumas, and here you have some restas. Do those. Here you have a clock. Tell me what time it is, and tell me what time it will be in 1.5 hours. What temperature, qué hora es, and hora y media más tarde. Hora y media más tarde. Go ahead, go there. On the back, we're going to skip this for now. We're going to go to the board. All right, let's look at this. Okay, this is a river that is 2,920 miles long. Write 1,000 more than 2,920. 1,000 más de 2,912. 1,000 más de 2,912. Y 20, rather. 1,000 más de 2,920. Strings are right there. Okay. This question here says, which one of these numbers is half a dozen? ¿Qué de esos números es una media docena? And this here, counting by ones. So, in this number, -1 plus 1. Menos uno más uno. Menos uno más uno. Menos uno más uno. Menos uno más uno de estos números. Okay? All right, I went through that very fast. If you need that again, stop the video, back it up, and go back to the part you need to see again. All right? I went through that fast because I want to spend as much time as I can on these. What is this all about? So let's go to the board. And while we're going there, this is how people used to count back when Jesus was alive. These are called Roman numerals. Roman numerals. Numeros romanes. Okay? They counted a little bit differently than we count. We have a special symbol for every number, but the Romans did this. This is what they did. You see that? The lights are kind of on there. Let me move that down a little bit so you can see it as the lights are kind of shining on this video. Let's move it here. I, V, and X. Okay? All right. Every one of these means something. Okay? I means 1. V means 5. And X means 10. Okay? Remember these 3. And you say, Mr. Matt, so what? Well, the answer to that is that if they wanted to count, they would just add these together. So here's I is 1. So what does 2 look like? 2 looks like this. See that? It's 2 i's. 3 looks like this. See that? 3 i's. So what does 4 look like? Well, you think it looks like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You think it looks like that, but no, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because in Roman numerals, Numerus Romanus, you can only have 3 of any one kind of sign. You can't have 4 i's. It doesn't work that way. So what they would do is they would write it like this. They would write that. This means 5 minus 1. Okay? This means 5 minus 1. Okay? You just take this 5 and take a 1 off of it. 5 minus 1. So here we go. 1 I is 1. 2 i's is 2. 3 i's is 3. IV is 4. And we can see here that V is 5. Now, what do you think that 6 looks like? Well, if you said VI, you are correct. 5 plus 1 is 6. That's how they would look at it. 6. Oops, I got that backwards. VI equals 6. So what do you think 7 look like? Let's move this forward a little bit. What do you think 7 look like? 7 is VII. A 5 and 2 1s. So what do you think 8 looks like? VIII. Right? That was 8. So how about 9? What did 9 look like? Well, if you said VIII, you are wrong. Because you can't have 4 i's. Doesn't work that way. You would have to say, what you would say 10 minus 1. Now what does 10 look like? 10 looks like this. Right? So 9 looks like that. 10 minus 1. See that? And so, of course, 10 looks like that. Alright, see how this works? I is 1. 2 i's is 2. 3 i's is 3. 4 is V is IV. 5 minus 1. V is 5. 6 is VI, 5 plus 1. 7 is 5 plus 2. 8 is 5 plus 3. 9 is 10 minus 1. And X is 10. See how this works? Now, this isn't something that you've probably seen before. Unless you watch Star Wars. You ever watch Star Wars? The movies are numbered like this. They say Star Wars. The one that came out a couple years ago was episode I guess. Episode 9. is what that means. Okay? So you have your paper there, and what you do is to write down on this side what the numbers are. You see them right here. And on this side, you write down the Roman numerals. Okay? This sounds difficult, more difficult than it is. It's really not. Everybody learned it in my class last year, except for one girl who didn't want to learn. She just sat there going like this, because she didn't want to learn. Okay? Anybody can learn this. Okay? Once you got it out, it's really easy. Okay? The only thing you have to remember is these numbers here, 1, 5, and 10, and that you can't have 4 numbers. All right? So, write down what you see on this page, what you see on this board, put it onto this page. And then don't forget to save this page, okay? Some of you send pages to me so you know I've done it. Don't do it with this one, okay? Save this one, because it will remind you how this works, okay? And then we have some questions. What's bigger, IX or 7? Well, what is IX? I is 1, X is 10. IX is 10 minus 1, so it's 9. So what's bigger? IX. IX is bigger. What's bigger here? I or 3? Well, I is 1, so 1, 2, 3. I is 3. So what's bigger, 3 or 3? The same thing. Here it says VII and 10. Which is bigger? Well, what do we have? V is 5, and I is 1. V and 2 I's is 5 and 2 1's, that's 7. So this is 7. So what's bigger, 7 or 10? Here we have 2 I's and an 8. Which is bigger, I or 8? Well, an I is 1. 2 I's is 2. So what's bigger, I or 8? And then what's bigger here, IV or IX? Take a look at this board here and tell me which one is bigger, IV or IX? And then take a look at this one, be careful with this one, which one's bigger, IV or VI? Find IV or VI on this board and tell me which is bigger. Okay, like I said, this sounds hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's really, really easy and really, really fun. A lot of the kids in my class last year had a lot of fun with these. Okay, they thought this was really, really cool. And it is really, really cool. It's a new way to count, okay, that you can use anywhere. Okay, we will be learning more of these as time goes on. There are a few more numbers we have to learn. But we will be reviewing this a lot. So do not worry about it. If you don't understand it today, you have plenty of time to understand it. Okay? It also will not be on your test tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay? All right. Let's stop for now and go on to our English class.